Hi, what's up, everybody? Good day to you, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from all over the world. This afternoon, I'm in the house of, no, I'm not in the house, somewhere in Lagos with somebody who a lot of people will call Felapoti G. But what we are discussing this afternoon is a very simple topic, something trending. Only recently we saw verbal attacks, including essay and letter writing between former President Obasanjo and the incumbent President Buhari, each calling the other sick. They're referring to different reasons why they are calling each other sick. Well, whoever is sick or whoever is well, it's about Nigerians at the end of the day. So somewhere in Lagos, I'm with the person of you refer to as Felapoti, but we call him Dede Mabiaku. Baba, good afternoon. How are you today?
I think, my brother, how are you doing?
I'm very good too. Well, you're already aware of the topic, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the former president Obasanjo, you've been around for a long time to know what has been happening during the military, especially with, you know, fella already jabbing all of these people from since time immemorial. Now they have started their drama again. On whose side will you even stand? Let's start with that.
Side again.
Yeah, let's ask on whose side.
We are side one day for this kind of matter. You know, they hear them, they shout, say they're sick. You don't hear them. Each of them calls the other one sick now. But let's be real with ourselves. I look at OBJ and I laugh. But I look at Buhari, and I giggle and I laugh on top. Because it's such a comical scenario now.
Wow.
I mean, it's such a sorry sight. I'm sorry to say this is a very sorry sight to see somebody who's supposed to be respectably seen as a healthy, strong, viral, active person who's supposed to be running the affairs of a country called Nigeria, because this is a very vibrant country. With all the problems we have, you need somebody who's hyperactive to be able to run the affairs of this state. Recently, we see our president, they slump for 3 different conditions, for 3 different campaign grounds. We see they miscall handover of flag, saying they hand over flag to president. We see them for their town hall, to hear enough it here. To they coherent with answers in all day. We see these things, but people just keep quiet and don't talk. Now, that is one angle. So the man he's challenged. Is evidently challenged. His own wife come out. His wife came out and said he is not in charge. That there are people who are in charge, meaning they are controlling him like a puppet. Nigerians need to think. Now, all of a sudden, when we know say in problem not be today problem, you don't get problems since. OBJ is a major problem that this country has always had. Let's be frank, but that's not the issue at hand. The issue at hand is that Buhari himself said a long time ago that Obasanjo is to him a well-respected elder statesman who stands tall and speaks the truth to authority when authority goes wrong. Now, all the things where Obasanjo talk, make we peruse them small. Those are the same things all of us have been saying now. The man just collated things that people have been talking about, the things Obi has talked about, the things Shaware has talked about, the things Fela has talked about, the things everybody has talked about, including Atiku. He just collated them and highlighted them as a speech for himself, as a package, because he has now seen that analytically he can make his own self relevant again, which he always likes to do.
Every 4 years.
He always likes to make himself relevant. He cannot leave the space, because that's the only way he can keep going. Let's be real with it. Yeah, elder statesman, yeah, this, yeah, that. Anything you want to call him, call him. You like you call him thief, yeah? I'm not the only person that has said so. Not be me talking. Before my time, people don't they call him thief. So yeah, those are not the factors. Are the things he's talked about wrong? Are they out of focus? Are they out of what we, the people, in general are talking about. No, they're not. They are realistic. They're things we are seeing every day. There are a group of people who are trying to convince this man who should be resting. It's now becoming so jocular. You know, in fact, let's analyze a little bit. Nobody fit tell me say Oshomole when we know before he became governor. We knew him. We knew what he was. We knew how he stood. All of a sudden, look at the grandiose, lavish mansion, the extensive. Look at that thing, that humongous thing that man built in his village. For crying out loud, is that the sign of comrade? We used to know him as comrade. Hello, how did he get the money to build that? By salary? No, come on, please, guys, get real. So he himself not clean. Most of the people when they are around the man himself, their hands are not clean. Let's be real. Everybody say Amechi na thief. Everybody say Ganduje Gandola na thief. They see him for video. Everybody say, name them. There are very many around. You can't. So if everybody when they are around you, the thief, and you say you there anti-corruption, it's a questionable thing. It's very questionable. It's not a matter of focusing on Obasanjo and what Obasanjo said. Obasanjo is just echoing the people's words. Funny enough, for the first time, because before that man, Nigerians get to go back to your history. Well, I beg, una go dig them out. Before fella sing about that man, particularly for me arrangement, make una think again. You know what thing they talk about, because everything fella tell us not true. And these same people are coming to the foreground again in our political space to disrupt the essence of what should be what we need to do in this present time. It is time that everybody stood up to say, we are tired now. We are tired of these old hags, these old dead woods. They should go and rest, leave the polity alone. I mean, these are people who are analog politicians. What are you doing in a modern trend world where, what do they know about what is happening now? The world has gone 5G. These people are still analog. It's so far, far back. It's not an issue that the nation should be debating what Obasanjo said or what Buhari has responded, because I don't think even Buhari was the one that responded with the way he is, with the state of what we have seen, because his wellness is in question. It's very much in question. That man should be left to go and rest in Daura.
There was even an audio broadcast recently that was alleged to be emanating from the Minister of Transportation. Rotimi Amechi, who said that Buhari does not even read.
Yes.
And if Obasanjo has been writing later, and Buhari is responding, who read it?
Now somebody else now read them, now respond. Not be the man, not the cabal, now the people when wife talk say they in charge. Now them they run things. Let's be real with ourselves. Whose hands are clean in the Buhari arena? Tinubu's hands? Excuse me. Get real. Oshomole's hands? Whose hands are clean there? All of a sudden, the man who you called a big thief from Akwa Ibom, you people in APC called him a thief. They said he was a rogue. EFCC was after him. God's will. All of a sudden, he's by your side. He's standing with you. Ojikalu, all of a sudden, he's by your side. He's standing with you. And these are the same people you castigated. All of them now hold broom to do what? Now winch fly, now they fly. This winch fly don't do. Wanna stop this winch fly. Nigeria don't tire for this winch fly. Don't reach.
So Baba, in summary now, are you saying that neither of Obasanjo's words, Buhari's words, should the masses heed to?
The masses should be realistic with themselves. What do we see in the foreground? Do we see an active, vibrant person who can carry the reins of what Nigeria represents in Buhari? We all see what we see every day. It's degenerating. It's painful. It's very painful. But, well, it be like say the gods, they do their own. All of them, when they wreck this country, they show themselves one by one. See Babangida. Now don't see how they go. He now go die quick. If they suffer, they go. Yeah. Look, no, it's true. The same thing is happening to Buhari now. A man who was sick before he became president, the first thing he should do is build something to cure his ailment since he has gained power. He has not done it. When I begin killing the man, they go yonder anyhow. waste our money and everything, call them medical tourism, an insult to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a country who, I said this thing some time back on stage. Many years ago in the 60s, the Saudi royalty came to UCH for medical attention, for medical care and for cure. Now look at how depleted our medical facilities are in this country. Look at how degenerate our health services are in Nigeria. And a man who is at number one, who is ill, has not thought of the fact that he will use his own factor as a source to empower, enhance, change that which is the medical structure. Don't forget what it is that is said, and it is the truth. Health is wealth. We don't even have a data of how many people have malaria. We don't have a data of how many people have, name the ailment. We don't have a data of people who have cancer. We don't have data of people who have anything in the medical service in the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2018. This man cannot even fathom, he can't think, he can't reason towards that direction. Let him go and rest, a jaw. Hey, people, he's enough, man. It's becoming too jocular. And they keep talking of clean sweep. We shall sweep the election. You shall sweep election and put who there? Somebody who you people are puppeteering? Let's be real with ourselves. In fact, all this jive that we are seeing now, where is it leading us to? They say go and get your PVC. What will your PVC do for you? Has any vote been counted in Nigeria really? Did they count Oshun? Did they count Ekiti? We've just seen them now. Those dramatic personages that read their head in what they call political arena. It's just a joke. It's like comedy personified. That's what Nigeria has been looked at all over the world. So it's not an issue of Obasanjo or Buhari. Those are obsolete people who should go and sit down behind and just keep quiet. All the one that don't thief, una thief me. Because Obasanjo of it say no thief. If you know thief, where you get the money take own Otta farm, as small as that, as big as that place they, even if they earn salary as general from the day they born them. Enough it buy out, enough it buy that place, enough it own that place. Check the place for Abeokuta, check the other place when you get again, Beachland Estate when you get before, Abinobiso, check the other one, the school when you build. All these things are realistic things we see in our foreground. You, Obasanjo, you know say education important. What did you do while you were in power? Did you improve the educational standard in the Federal Republic of Nigeria? You all killed it. You killed the quality of education, and now you are wondering why the young ones are not as developed as they are. It's your fault.
Baba, one second before we continue, I want to tell people who are watching, they're actually online and responding. Some of them are already giving you accolades, but that's not the important thing right here. I want to say, if you have any question for Dede Mabiaku, is live here right now, and then you can send your question, I'll relay to him, and then he will respond to you. Well, but before we begin to get questions from people who are watching live, I want to say, I want to ask, well, you have said Obasanjo and Buhari. People should just forget about them as a matter of obsolete, elementary.
People should forget about the issue of the Obasanjo Buhari factor. Okay. You can't forget about Buhari because right now he's your president.
So going forward, February is just around the corner and it's another election season. What would you advise Nigerians going to do?
You see, what I would have loved, I will speak my mind. What I would have loved is a situation where, if, for instance, an obvious Ikwesili, Fela, and Showore would have like teamed up and strategized with a Donald Duke by the side or something. But those three are different from Donald because Donald don't enter power before he don't shop. Anybody who don't shop Ogbolo not supposed to come now normally. But hey, it is good that they have read their head now. Some clean hands, comparative clean hands have come out to say we want to try. There are many others there. Maybe they say there are 71 political parties or something like that. Now, there are many others out there. The point is it not time for us to really do that which we require? Nigeria, out there in the world, we have the best brains you can ever imagine. If you want to talk of the most intelligent people in this world, the first set of them are going to be Nigerians. The essence of their intelligence needs to be felt in this part of the world called Nigeria itself. We are not feeling it. A country where we have so many people who are so gifted, so blessed, and yet you have the caliber of people who are running the affairs of state. It's shameful. It's painful. Some of them within can really stand strong and run the affairs of what this country should look like. But we don't need the cabals again. It's too, like I said, they just, sucking blood. When you enter your body, it just they suck, they go on me. Then they won't stop until you remove and come out some way or the other. And that is what we are going through. The present generation should look at certain things. Until we start to stand our grounds, nothing will work. No matter how you go into that polling booth, you don't stand your grounds, nothing will work. Nothing will work. The other political parties right now, I don't see them having enough solid framework politically to upstage the two political parties that we see as the same. Because APC and PDP, they're the same group of people. There's no denying that fact. When you tire, you cross. When you tire, you cross back again. That's what they do now. So it's the same group of people. So let's be realistic with ourselves. We don't need them now. We just need to focus on, okay, let this be the last tenure for our Wiri. Let this be the last time they will rear their heads.
By last time, you mean before 2019 or after 2019?
No, 2019. Let's say maybe a new set of our Wiri will come in the other set. They're crossing carpet now. We don't cross from PDP to APC. Then let's cross back to PDP. Or since the other parties don't have the building blocks, the tenable operative grounds now to harness and wrestle that power of these two gigantuan edifices that we call rogues that are holding this country to ransom. Because that is what is happening. But they don't seem to realize something. The moment you hold Nigeria to ransom, you hold the whole of Africa to ransom. And it is time they take their hands off. Just sit back, take your hands off, man. Let Africa thrive. Let Africa grow. Some states in Africa are beginning to wake up. What about you? What about Nigeria? We need to make them realize that we can, through this African renaissance, build a continent that needs to be respected and regarded by the world. We can feed the world agriculturally if we so choose and work towards it. We can do the most damning and the most dazzling technological developments if we so choose and team up together to do so. We can have the best economies you can ever imagine in the world with our population from diaspora and within. We can do the biggest magic the world can never anticipate. We can have the best and the greatest medical facilities in the world, added to the fact that we have our own herbal cure that will be there, that we can use to save the world. And we can earn returns from all of this and make the world see that there's value from this land of ours. Not these old hags, not these people who are not well schooled. You ask a president to bring his certificate, he's joking over the whole world and making us look like jokes to everybody. You say it's something that is required. Let's take it from where the point starts. They said to be president, the least you need is school set, the certificate itself. Yes. We have not seen the one Buhari brought. Because the one he brought the first time, he brought one first. They said it was fake. He took it back. So what should that be? Forgery. Not so. They now brought another. They now claimed that he now said he got his own certificate. He got his certificate. Why? He got it well. So for lying about it, it's perjury. But he's the president, and his party will be backing him with all the might because they know they have the wealth, the clout of the cash. They know they have the political wherewithal, which is damage and control, which is what they are doing. Plunder and chop as much as they want. We don't need that now. Una don't chop rich. Wait, pause. Make una clear space. Let's know that what is left for us, we can harness and start to build from there. The future needs to understand that we need to thrive through certain units. Education must be improved. Health services must be improved. Agricultural services must be improved. You can't improve it with the way you're going. The social services must be improved. Road networks. Do the things that are meant to be done. Look, now money they take bill Dubai now. Now money from Nigerians. Plenty Nigerians. 9 days inside that Dubai experiment. Go to Abu Dhabi. It's money. It's nothing more than money. Go to anywhere. It's money. We have the money. What do we do with our monies? We carry the money. Cut them into different banks. Bury them inside grave, bury money for tank, bury money for backyard. All those things should stop. There's so many things that we need to be focusing on, and these people do not understand. So how would they know how to carry up what we need to do going forward? Africa needs to be released from these chains. If Nigeria is chained, the whole of Africa is chained. All these pogroms we see, Boko Haram issue or no Boko Haram, every time president when talk saying go solve Boko Haram issue for your own state, the matter still there. We need to start to think about these things. Let's forget party politics. Let's face reality. Nigeria is not a country for sale now. They don't buy them, don't share them, reach. What we have left, we can rebuild, rethink, reprogram, and redirect. I think that's what we should start to build from now. The sign that the younger ones came up this time is a sign that the future is going to be bright. So we can start using this as building blocks now to focus towards that future, because it is time. Now is the time to start.
There's this recurring questions that most of you, especially those of you who are musicians who sing conscious music, are not necessarily, identifying with the struggle, maybe joining a party, one of these new generation parties and all that.
Okay.
Yes.
It's interesting when you come from that direction, but something need be focused on first.
Okay.
Garbage in, garbage out. What have our young boys and young girls and the children been fed with? They've been fed with garbage on the media. They've been fed with garbage by the politicians. They've been fed with garbage in the schools. They've been fed with garbage in the churches, in the mosques. So what do you have? Their focus is completely demented from where they need to align themselves towards. You see, so we too, the elders, we who are in this generation, we are also guilty. We are very guilty of not training our children well. We are very guilty of running away from our responsibilities. And until we start to accept these factors, we are fools to ourselves. Because when we start to accept our flaws, we'll start to correct our faults. We are complaining about the governance. Who put them there? Who be the people who shout when follow them for political rallies? Who be the people who take the money when they give them? Who be the people who chop the cheap rice, cheap 5,000, cheap alert for phone? Now our people, now we now. It's a we factor. Until we as a people, we the people decide to stand our grounds, nothing will change.
Absolutely. And then if you will therefore join a party, because a lot of people here are just saying, so I don't want to mention name. Say, are you going to support? These are AAC people, like largely AAC people. You should let people say, would you identify with their party? How about you join them and all of that? But let me put the question this way instead.
Okay.
What's your impression of the campaign drive of this new generation candidates?
Okay, interesting. I'll put it that way. I say interesting because they're using different tactics to send their messages to the audience they want to capture. Fela is using the Christian sector, using the church medium, using so that because that is his forte. You know that, so he wants to use that as a grounding base. Obvious equally is trying to use the corporate sector, trying to use so that because she comes from that unit. Shawara is trying to use the social media and all links of the youth zones to try and link himself into the people, but they have not done the things they need to do the right way. They say you put the cart before the horse, the journey will not work well. The journey can't even walk. Because a horse, na front, you go take the push the cart. So we got to put the horse before the cart. They got to lay the tenets. And this is what I think they are doing now, laying their foundations for what their future will be. If they continue with the way they've just started and they finally decide to team up, they're going to be a very formidable force that Nigeria will look up to and follow the right way around the next time around. I believe so. Because they're talking sense. They make a lot of sense. And these people are people who can deliver. They are intelligent enough, they are young enough, they are in modern trends enough.
Yes.
You know, they're not analog. Obi might be the oldest amongst them because she's hobnobbed with the analog generation comparatively, but she's exposed, she's enlightened enough. We need people to take Nigeria to the next level. And it has to start from the learning blocks. And I think they are cutting their teeth now in the path to presidency.
Well, on a final note, because people are only praising you here, they are not asking questions. They seem to all agree with you. So let me just ask this one more question. If because you already buttressed what majority of people have been saying, that this persons individually cannot win this election, especially this time, except it will take a longer time. But some of them are also saying that even if they want to collaborate or come together or coalesce, that not all of them have similar ideology, and as a result, may not want to yoke with them, with one another.
Okay, now
If you will suggest, sir, if you will suggest, oh, this person, ideologically should. You are not sure about this one. We're just looking at the mathematics now.
guys, can I say this?
Ideologically.
Can I say this?
Okay.
Let's kill all the semantics about ideologies and the rest of it. We're talking about Nigeria. We're talking about Africa. What's the idea? Is what is best for us as a people we need to be looking at. Whether you come from the Christian sector, you come from the financial sector, you come from the media, you come from the Islamic sector, you come from any sector, let's look at Africa as a centrum. And let's look at Nigeria as a central factor, because we are the nucleus of what will hold this continent together. There are certain strange things we're not even looking at now. Over a period of time, the governments in Africa are beginning to sell our future away to the Chinese. And everybody's keeping quiet, nobody's talking. It's because we have ill-educated, ill-aware people at the helm of affairs. They're making the mistakes. See what's happening to them in Kenya. See what's happening to them in Zambia. See what's happening to them in South Africa. See what's happening all over. It's beginning to raise its head in Nigeria now, and we're keeping quiet. We're not talking about what ideologies you hold or what principles you want to hold. Please, bury the hatchet about principles. Let's focus on us as a people. Can't we for once just say that Nigeria be better? All of us should team up with the good ideas we have and synchronize them together and get those who can deliver and put them in place, and let's back them up collectively. It's about time we can do it. Come on, why not do like this? Not be Niger. Anything we want to do, us we set our mind to do, and we go do it right. Seven are things when they do wrong, they set their mind to do. They don't do it right. They do their wrong things wrong. They go. We can turn that cart around and make things start to work the right way, ultimately to benefit the whole of Africa. And that's what we need.
Papa Dede, it's been a very fantastic time with you this afternoon.
Thank you, my brother.
And maybe one last thing you want to encourage Nigerians, there's elections. Maybe you want to put it on a note of people saying if you vote for these new generation candidates, you are wasting.
No. See, don't deceive yourself. The issue is express your mind. Not let anybody tell you anything else. But most importantly, please, no violence. You see this finger as a small reach, so you lose them, you can't get it back. Lord Mary won't give you. I'll be yama now. So why hurt your brother because you want to express yourself about what should be a stand your grounds? Not fear anybody. You don't reach time when you go look them for face. Themselves, they fear you. That's why they carry all the money, they go hide for yonder. If they put the money here, say the thief all that plenty money, put them for your front. They take them one by one, they use their feet. They're not go fit. That's why they carry siren up and down. That's why they block everywhere up and down. 80% of the workforce, security force that's supposed to be for us, is with all of them, guarding the money they've stolen. That's not what should be the case. What should be the case is that we should feel secure as a people by having these people work for us, work with us. They're our servants. Please understand, Nigerians. Those you are about to elect are supposed to serve you. They are our servants, not our masters. They have been acting like rulers. It's about time you woke up and realize this fact. Your vote is putting somebody there to serve you, to render you the service of governance. We need the rule of law. We need people who can stand by it, not people who say and don't even do it but show us otherwise. We need people who can make things credibly, create an enabling environment for Africa to see greatness again, for Africa to see brighter days again. So much is here untouched in the whole of our place called Nigeria. So much is untouched. On top of everything, when they don't plunder from us, when the foreign world don't plunder, we still get excess. But they are the ones using our people to kill us. It's the Western and the Oriental end that is coming into this part of the world now, that is making us do these to ourselves. Those same people will call themselves observers from Europe and from America. Shebi they come here now. They see what happened for election for Buhari time last time. They did not say anything other than say it was credible. Is that not what they said? When we had internally displaced people, but you had 100% of votes, people who were in IDP camps voted while they were away from their place. We all know all these things. Votes have not been counted in this country before. Now, why do they do? And international observers will come and claim, yes, because they want people who they can milk things from very freely and use less this land again. We need people who can sit up, look them in the eye and say, stop. If this is what you want, this is what we require. This is what we desire. We need industries. We need to get to levels where we know we are producing things, making things for ourselves, doing the things we need, producing the things we need, and earning our returns from what we produce. We need to be respected back as a people again, who are productive, resourceful, useful, and solidly great as Africans. That's my wish for all of you. Don't fight. You don't need them. They not deserve make you to kill your brother or spill blood or stab anybody. It's not worth it. Let peace reign and let's change this land together. We can. Don't give up on it. Don't. I beg.
And those are the words from Baba Dede this evening. Thank you so much for joining us on the live broadcast. And if you're just joining, maybe you can just always play it back and drop your own comments. We will definitely check. And then if it deserves some responses, we'll definitely give you a response. Thank you so much. Until I come your way again, my name is Shegun Wolo, and this is Objective Media. Don't stop talking about things that matter, and that's the sign of tone signature. Bye-bye.